Hello there, welcome to Weekend Report from your choice TV station, Nigerian Television Authority, NTA Ilorin. I am Tijani Ajara. Tonight, let's take a look at the news highlights. Stakeholders in Kwara's education sector renew calls for improved literacy level through digital methodologies. On our discussion segment tonight, challenges and prospect of teachers and teaching profession in Nigeria will be our focus as the world marks 2025 Teachers Day, plus update from the world of entertainment and sport. Stay with us. Kwara State Governor Abdurrahman Abdurrazak has reaffirmed his administration's commitment to strengthening the education sector by increasing budgetary allocation to promote literacy across the state. This was at the 2025 International Literacy Day celebration organized by the Kwara State Agency for Mass Education. Ahmed Fulani completes the report.
Teaching is the one profession that creates all other professions, and as such, the influence of a good teacher is one that can never be erased. It's no surprise, then, that October 5th is globally recognized as World Teachers' Day, a day set aside to honor and celebrate the critical role teachers play in shaping lives and societies. First observed in 1994, World Teachers' Day was established following the signing of a joint recommendation by the International Labour Organization (ILO) and the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization (UNESCO). Since then, it has remained a significant annual event with education stakeholders emphasizing that teachers deserve recognition, respect and support across the world.
In this country, even the whole world respect teachers. Whatever you are today, they should please take good care of them, improve their motivation. As I'm in federal government, I know where I work, and I enjoy this not to keep them, empower them, so that they will teach our children.
Some teachers who spoke with NTA News noted that despite their essential role in grooming professionals across every sector, the teaching profession still lacks the collaborative support it needs from key stakeholders to align with global best practices.
All stakeholders must participate actively in making teaching a worthwhile profession, and by so doing, it translates to the learning outcomes in our schools. It translates to what the society becomes by way of development.
You are not owing us any promotion again, and even the financial backing have been given. So please, I want the government to look into this 27.5%. So that one will make the teachers to be happy.
In Kwara State, teachers commended the state government for being proactive in areas such as prompt salary payments, promotions, and payment of entitlement.
Teaching profession is a very lovely profession. I always love being a teacher. Although they are not well treated, the welfare of teachers are not well taken good care of. But I want to thank the governor of today. He is really trying on teachers and even the pensioners too.
You know, as a welfareist, we always ask for more. So there is a lot the teachers are asking, still agitating for before the government. So if government can cease to that, I think teacher will be more happy.
Gone are the days, they said, when a teacher's reward was believed to be in heaven. Today, they are demanding that their rewards be felt while alive through better recognition, support and investment in their profession. Mutiat Olushola, NTA News.
That report by Mutiat Olushola was on World Teachers' Day, and it's going to serve as the background report for our discussion tonight. But before then, let's take a look at this story of the Kwara State Governor reaffirming his administration's commitment to strengthening the education sector by increasing budgetary allocation to promote literacy across the state. We now take that report by Ahmed Fulani.
Beyond reading and writing on paper, literacy in the digital era empowers individuals to access, understand, evaluate, create, and communicate digital content safely and effectively. Against this backdrop, the Kwara State Agency for Mass Education marked this year's International Literacy Day with a renewed call for increased efforts to promote literacy and education through digital methodologies. At the ceremony, Governor Abdurrahman Abdulrazak, represented by the Executive Chairman of Kwara Subeb, Professor Shehu Rahim Adaramaja, emphasized the importance of prioritizing education across all levels. He reiterated that no one would be left behind, noting that increased funding to the agency is aimed at reaching community members who lack access to formal education.
We encourage the Mass Education Department to please look inward and work with the members of the National Assembly and State House of Assembly to ensure that they include part of their programs and activities into the constituency project of the members of National Assembly so that they can gain more infrastructure, more support.
The state director of the agency, Saka Yusuf, said over 500 citizens had been trained in both basic literacy and vocational skills under his leadership, equipping them not only to communicate effectively but also to generate income. He added that the agency would continue its awareness and enrollment drive, urging more residents to take advantage of the program.
Having this type of gathering, it is serve as a way of introducing literacy, the power of literacy and the vocation to the entire Kwara, so that everybody will no longer be in darkness.
Other speakers, including representative of the Speaker, Kwara State House of Assembly, and the Commissioner for Education and Human Capital Development, also encouraged adults to enroll at literacy centers, stressing that it is never too late to learn.
We have made significant strides in revitalizing our educational infrastructure, improving teacher training, and ensuring that more of our children have access to quality education.
We have people who do not have opportunity, but to this agency for mass education, or let us say adult education, I think some of them can speak and write.
We thank God for this particular program. We have a very sound and educative program today where our people also came first, from Ilorin East in particular.
The government at all levels should invest in education of our citizens. This could be in form of public expenditure as recommended by the UNESCO.
As part of the celebration, the agency presented certificates of excellence to the top 3 graduates of the post-literacy examinations, while 3 others trained in vocational skills received working tools to support their trades. A colorful performance by the Kwara State Arts Council troupe added vibrance to the event. This year's International Literacy Day is themed Promoting Literacy in the Digital Era. Ahmad Fulani, NTA News.
Welcome back. Now to the discussion proper. Teachers and teaching profession in Nigeria, challenges and prospects are what we're looking at tonight, and we have a guest with us, Comrade Lukman Afolabi, an educationist, human rights activist and public affairs reviewer, how we say. How are you, sir? Nice having you tonight.
It's my pleasure.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
We want to talk about things that you would love to hear about teachers, of course. Now, teaching is considered as the oldest profession that trains other professionals. How true is this assertion? Like, we believe that all forms of professionals that we have in the world today are trained by teachers. Is that actually correct?
Oh, thank you very much. To a very large extent, that is very correct. Teacher is the oldest profession. And it's been, teachers train other professionals, be it doctors, be it lawyers and other professions. And, every other profession actually, after being trained by teacher, train themselves. So in a way, most of these professionals, invariably, to be able to train other professionals, they are also teachers. So teachers teaching is the oldest profession, and other professionals also have teachers among themselves in order to imbibe professional ethics within various professions.
Okay, so when we talk about teachers, we believe that those who probably knock the tie, go to a class, hold the chalk, and is it limited to that only? Is it only the end of the work of teacher is in primary school, or is in secondary or tertiary institution, or is it limited to like Western education? Who is a teacher?
Teacher is anybody that train others, that encourage others to learn, to impart knowledge, improve skills, among other things. So teachers is not limited to the four walls of the classrooms. We have formal education, semi-formal, and informal.
And across this, we have teachers.
Across this, we have teachers. Even those that learn apprenticeship, they are also teachers.
All right, so before now, teachers were the most respected individuals in the society. You know that. But this is no longer the case, at least of today. What has changed?
I must confess the fact that, the truth is, because of the, glorification of our society with more teachers, seems to have lost the desired recognition that they used to have before now. And people no longer accord the teachers the desired respect. And it's unfortunate that over the years, there is dwindling fortune of teachers to the extent that even the remuneration of the profession has dwindled drastically, to the extent people don't want to be part of that noble profession. All these, that is the unfortunate thing. And I think this should be blamed on our society. That is the truth, especially our government. Because as it is today, only those that are unwilling becomes teacher. Only those unwilling minds become teacher. So the best are no longer found.
What do you mean unwilling minds?
Because of the poor, and unfair compensation according to teachers. People don't willingly become teachers except they accidentally found themselves in that teaching profession.
Okay.
You will notice the fact that even right from the Nigerian Youth Service Corps level, all 90% of corps members are are posted to teach in various schools, and they are not really willing to teach, but because of the fact that that is the only social service available in most of our communities, because of the number of schools in various community, primary and secondary school in the various community, that is what they are left to do. And because of the fact, once they are exposed to this teaching profession and they see the way these teachers are being treated even in public school, they themselves have made up their minds up not to be part of this profession, because they know that teachers are poorly remunerated. Today, even the teachers, the level 8 teachers, that is post-NYSC teachers, graduates, receive almost the same remuneration with the NYSC corps members.
I was about to ask you, when you apportioned the blame on the society, and I was wondering, what has society done wrong to have, demean or probably reduce the values of teachers in the society? And again, you were very magnanimous enough to also share that blame on the government. Now, you mentioned salaries, and I was kind of wondering, how would you assess the salary and other welfares of teachers in Nigeria, knowing well that these people are the major contributors of human capital developments in the society? How would you assess it generally? You have given an example of, youth corps members earning maybe over 70,000. 70,000. At least in my days, I could remember over 7,000. But today it is
77,000.
So, how would you assess if a corps member who just graduated, who is serving, is earning above 70,000, and a teacher who is, raising a human, capital development within the society. So what's your view on this generally?
My view is that the truth is this: if all core members are made to teach during their NYSC,
okay,
we can liken that to an in-house training and housemanship for the teachers.
Okay.
And post, NYSC, the teachers should be upgraded and be well remunerated, just like in other profession where they have 1 year program for in-house training. Most of these teachers have undergone a lot of tutelage through various teaching practices that they have gone through, both at the colleges of education and through the postgraduate diploma in education and faculty of education. They've undergone this, and teaching profession should be made more professional, just like any other profession. Today we have Teacher Regulatory Council of Nigeria that seek to professionalize teacher to the extent that they have professional exam and they issue certificate. But the truth is, the amount of professional fee or teacher salary allowance that is being given is not commensurate with what they are supposed to earn compared to what other professions earn. And of course, the government should do well to upgrade these allowance to the extent that even there are some allowance that teachers are supposed to earn. The science allowance are not being are almost abolished in schools. The rural allowance for teachers, and that is why most teachers, there is concentration of teachers in the urban centers as against the rural center. In most schools in the rural center, you have 1, 2, 3 teachers constituting a whole school, and in that case, teaching and learning cannot take place properly once the teachers are not enough to teach various subjects, especially in secondary school, where every teacher specializes in their various subjects.
Okay, so let's talk about the quality of teachers we have nowadays. Do you actually have the passion? Do they actually have the passion and the potentials worthy of celebration? Remember, you mentioned earlier that we have accidental teachers. How would you juxtapose this with I
want to say that teachers, because of the fact that they are trained, they have the potential to be, but the passion has reduced because of the remuneration. But with teachers themselves has their rights and responsibility. One of the rights of a teacher is the access to training workshop and professional development. And they should continue. There should be training and retraining for teachers. There should be fair treatment for teachers. Is the right of every teacher to be fairly treated, and to be, teacher must be free from molestation and intimidation. There must be academic freedom for teachers to be able to teach and discuss the topic, their subject matter, the way they like, the way they want to drive their point home. I remember there was a particular state where a teacher actually packaged a comprehension story for the student in an exam, and that teacher was crucified for that, because that comprehension story actually say a lot about the attitude of government to education. And of course, teachers deserve fair compensation in terms of salary and in terms of their welfare package. Teachers also deserve a fair working environment where they is safe, a secure working environment where they can work. In Kwara State today, there are some parts of Kwara State that are being threatened security-wise. Teacher in those places cannot be said to have a secure working environment. So naturally, because of the fact that they do not have a secure working environment, they will not be able to discharge their responsibility. And apart from this right, teachers also have their responsibility to the society. One of these is good. They are supposed to deliver good quality education to students. They are supposed to mentor students. They are supposed to encourage students to learn in every way possible. They are supposed, to explain and make sure support students in every way to make them understand the subject matter. In the absence of some, material to learn, they are supposed to improvise so that they make the students learn in every way possible. And we have seen that, teachers that actually, live up to expectation, or that actually stood up to be counted when it matters most, they get reward in the future, because the student, the pupil, actually recognized the fact that the impact these teachers have made in their lives. Teachers should make sure they devise a way to make sure their students, their pupil, learn, whether they can convert class to a dialogue. They can convert their topic to quiz for their students to encourage them. They can convert their learning process to a debate for the student, so that to encourage student participation in every way. And this will actually help them to drive home their point and encourage students to learn in every way possible.
You could say that I gave you the floor because those points were very germane. But on a final note, because I have just 1 minute now, how do we rally meaningful and collaborative support for the teaching profession in Nigeria in line with the theme of this year's World Teachers' Day, recasting teaching as a collaborative profession? 1 minute.
Beyond paying lip service to World Teachers' Day, that every year the rhetorics of celebrating without really giving the required desired collaborative support. Now, the Federal Ministry of Education has rolled out some policies that are beyond the reach of teachers. Now, the exam, the WAEC exam, NECO exam, NAPTEP exam, is now computer-based exam. But there is no commensurate support in terms of the CBT centers in schools, in terms of the equipping laboratory, to make sure they actually execute this program successfully. I want to implore each and everyone, apart from the government, we need non-governmental organizations to also support, to equip school. The various organizations should actually make this as a point of duty to support the State Education Trust Fund, so that these can be done. I want to also commend the Kwara State government for introducing the computer-based text for promotion of teachers, because if our students will be tested based on computer-based tests, teachers that would also teach those students must also be promoted based on computer-based tests. And this will actually encourage teachers to know what to teach the student, how to subject students, how to improve the student in terms of computer-based exam and computer-based testing.
Thank you so very much. We really appreciate you, Comrade Lukman Afolabi. Your input was very germane, and I'm sure the concerned authorities are listening, and the needful would be done. Thank you so very much. Some of the time
it's always my pleasure. Thank you.
All right. We'll go on our short break and be right back in the studio. Stay with us. Down on the camera. Welcome back. It is still Weekend Report, and now we're joining Abdulmumin Abdulwakil for Sports Tidbit. Stay with us.
Eagles edged Lesotho 2-1 in a decisive World Cup qualifying match on Friday. Captain William Trust Ekong showed leadership from the spot, calmly converting a penalty to put Nigeria ahead, while a debutant, Akko Adams, announced himself on the big stage with a confident strike to double the lead. The battle now shifts to Uyo on Tuesday, where the Super Eagles host table-topping Benin Republic. In another update, the Nigerian Football Federation has endorsed the 2025 Afri Sports Pro Youth League after confirming the organizers met all set standards and conditions. In an approved letter signed by the NFF Head of National Competitions, Dr. Ayo Abdurrahman, the federation described the league as a credible platform for grooming young football talent and promoting grassroots development. The endorsement, according to the NFF, reflects its confidence in Afri Sports Pro's commitment to professionalism and its role in building the future of Nigerian football. Abdul Mumin Abdul Wakil, NTA News.
On a somber reflection, the body of the late former governor of Kwara State, Chief Cornelius Olatunji Adebayo, has been laid to rest after a funeral service held in his honor at the All Saints Anglican Church, Okeonigbi, his hometown. Details of funeral, which attracted political bigwigs and traditional rulers from across Nigeria, will come in our subsequent bulletin. The body of an ace broadcaster and retired manager programs of the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA Ilorin Razak Akombi, has been buried according to Islamic rites at his family compound in Ilorin, the Kwara State capital. Imam Sa'ad Abdullahi led other sympathizers to perform the final janazah on the deceased. Ahmed Fulani was there.
Families, friends, and close associates of the ace broadcaster, as well as other sympathizers, assembled at the late Razak Akombi's residence in Ilorin to give their last respect to the deceased. Dignitaries present at the janaza, including the Director General Michael Emodu Institute for Labour Studies, Issa Remo, commented on the life and times of the late broadcaster par excellence.
Well acknowledged broadcasters to come from Africa. You know, he has paid his due, and he's also a community man. You could see the number of people that turn out at the shortest notice for his janaza. You know, all we need to do is to continue, those of us who are alive, to continue the footsteps which he has laid behind.
He was a very hard-working public servant, and he was also religious. And he served his community to the best of his ability.
Razak Akombi was really a broadcaster of repute. He was accurate, he was skilled, and his broadcasting during his lifetime was special.
Razak Akombi joined the services of the NTA in the late 80s after his sojourn in the teaching profession. He rose through the ranks in NTA to become the manager programs at the NTA Ilorin until his retirement. Razak Akombi died today, Saturday, during a protracted illness. He was aged 66. Ahmed Fulani, NTA News.
May Allah repose his soul and grant the family and indeed NTA families the fortitude to bear the loss. And this is the conclusion of the bulletin tonight. Thanks for watching and do have a wonderful night rest.
For more news and programs, you can visit our website on www.ntailorin.com.ng. Download the NTA Ilorin app from Google Play Store on your Android devices. You can also watch our news on NTA Ilorin YouTube channel.